Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone, welcome to official YouTube channel of Entries, India's #1 app for preparation of various competitive exams like banking, railways, SSC and other state PCS examinations. Student myself Rahul Mishra and I am your reasoning educator. I have cracked multiple competitive examinations like IBPS PO, RRB PO, SSC CGL and RRB NTPC as well. So student, in this video I will be going to discuss how to solve blood relation puzzle question in 2 minutes and score 3 out of 3 marks. Okay, so this video will be very important for your upcoming examinations, especially pre-exam. Okay, so let's start the video. Okay student, before solving this video's question, we will first discuss the previous video's homework question. Okay, so the question is 12 people are sitting in two parallel rows containing 6 people in each, such a way that there is equal distance between adjacent person. Okay, in row 1, P, Q, R, S, T, U are seated but not necessarily in the same order and all of them are facing south. Okay. In row 2, A, B, C, D, E, F are seated but not necessarily in the same order and all of them are facing north. Okay. So therefore, in the given sitting arrangement, each member seated in a row faces another member of other row. Okay. So this question is from our double row sitting arrangements. Okay, so first what we have to do, we have to make the diagram and start solving the question. So just make the diagram. This row we have to assume always in north direction and this one in south direction. Okay, if it is facing north, this side is left and this side is right. If it is facing south, then this side will be right and this side will be left. Okay, and there are 12 persons and 6 people in each row. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Similarly here also 4 5 and 6. Okay, so row 2 is north facing row, this is row 2, and row 1 is south facing row. Okay, in row 2 person from A to F is sitting. Okay, A to F. In row 1 person from P to U is sitting. Okay, so P to U. This we have to do before solving double row sitting arrangement question. Okay, now let's start then. P faces D. Okay, see, we don't know the confirmed place of P and D, so we cannot put over here, so we will make its footnote, that is P will face D. Okay, U does not face A, who sits to the left of E but not immediate left. Okay, so second hint, U does not face A. Okay, and who sits to the left of A, this who belongs to A. Okay, so A sits to the left side of E. R sits at one of the ends and diagonally opposite to B. See, this line is very important because this line we are getting confirmed place of R and B. So we can put these hints in our puzzle. Let us suppose R is at a right end of south facing row and B will come to the another end of north facing row in the right end only, because then only R and B will be diagonally opposite. Similarly, R can come on the left end of south facing row, then B will go on the left end of north facing row. Then only it will become diagonally opposite. But we are getting two possibilities. So we have to make the another diagram and start solving it. So this is our case 1 and this is our case 2. In case 2, R can be on the left end of south facing row. Similarly, B can be on the left end of north facing row. Okay, now next line, 3 persons sits between B and F. Now we know the confirmed place of B and F, so we can put this 1 2 3. F will come over here. Similarly, in case number 1, 1 2 and 3, F will come over here. and F is not facing U, so U is blocked in front of F. Okay. Now C sits immediate left of D but does not faces S. Okay. So but belongs for C only. Okay. So our third hint is this: C sits immediate left of D and C is not facing S. Okay. We don't know the confirmed places of C and D, so we cannot put this hint also. So we have jotted down its footnote. Two persons sits between Q and U. None of them sits at the end. Okay. So fourth hint is this: between Q and U, there are two persons. Okay. So U can come over here and Q can go over there also. And both of them do not sit at the end. Okay. The one who faces T sits second right of A. Okay. So fifth hint is this: the person who is facing T is sitting second right to A. Okay, so these all are our hints. Now we have to pick the most relevant hint which can solve our puzzle very quickly. Okay, now let us check the hint number 1. P faces D, we know that, but we don't know the confirmed places for P and D, so we cannot put over here. Similarly, second hint also, U does not face A, we don't know the confirmed places for U and A, so we cannot put. Similarly, in third hint also, we don't know the confirmed places for C and D, so we cannot put. Okay, there will be lot more possibilities, but we can start from our fourth hint, because we know that between Q and U there are two persons sitting. There is a gap of few persons between Q and U, so we can fix this hint. See how? U is blocked over here. Okay, we know more information about U and Q, that is they are blocked at the end, so U and Q cannot come at the end. So in this place Q will come 1 and 2. After 2 place U will come over here in case number 2. Okay, and in case number 1 U is blocked over here and Q and U will not come at the end. So in this place Q will come 1 and 2 and U will come over here. So we have fixed the places of U and Q. So we have used this hint, so we will cancel out. Now we know that P faces D. Okay, now let us check the spaces available for P and D. P can come over here. Similarly, P can come over here also. So there are two possibilities. So we cannot put this hint also. Okay. In case number 1 also, there are two possibilities for P and D. So we cannot put this hint also. So let us check the another one. We know that U does not faces A. Okay. So in front of U, A is blocked. Similarly, in case number 1, in front of U, A is blocked. Okay. Now let us check the another possibility, that is third one. We know that D immediate left side C should come. Okay, D immediate left side C should come. Okay, if I join hint number 1 and hint number 3, we can get the confirmed places for D. See how? We know that there were two places left for C. See how? We know that there were two seats left for P in our case number 1. Similarly, in case number 2 also, these seats are left for P and D because P should face D. Okay, so these two should come in front of each other. So if I assume P over here, D will come here, and we know that D immediate left side is C. So space for C is not left on the left side of D because F is already seated over here. So P cannot come at this place. Okay, so the confirmed place for P will be this one only, and in front of P D will come. Okay, and D immediate left side C should come, so C will come over here. Similarly, in case number 2, P can come over here. Okay, and D can come over here, and D immediate left side is C. Okay, and P can come over here and D can come over here, and D immediate left side is C. In case number 2, we are getting two possibilities, so we will just avoid it. Okay, and let us check the another one. Okay, now let's check the hint number 5. We know that the person who is sitting second to the right of A is facing T. Okay, so A is blocked over here. A will come here 1 and 2. Second right is C. In front of C, S is blocked. We know this, so S cannot come over here, but here T will come because that person should face T, and the places for S is left, that is this one, and the places for E is left, that is this one. Okay, so this case is satisfying our every condition, so this can be our correct answer. But let us check the case number 2 also. We know that A is blocked, so A cannot come over at this place. So if I assume A over here, we know that A second right will be the person who is facing T. So A second right is F, F should face T. But here the space for T is not left because Q is already seated. So A cannot come over here. Similarly, if I assume A over here, 1 and 2, here T cannot come because R is already seated. So our condition number 5 is not getting validated on case number 2. So this case is completely eliminated and this is our confirmed case. Now let's move to questions of these. Okay, so question number 1. Who among the following faces A? Okay, so A is facing by R. Option number D is correct. Question number 2. How many persons sits to the right of R? To the right of R, there is no person. That is no one. 4 of the following 5 forms a group. Who among the following does not belongs to that group? So this question is from odd one out. We have to check the option and mark our answer. Option number A, that is U. U is sitting inside of the row. T is sitting inside. E is sitting inside. F is sitting inside. A is sitting at the end of the row. So option number E is correct. Question number 4. If in a certain way R is related to C, okay, R is related to C, T is related to E, okay, T is related to E, then who among the following is related to D? So we have to find out this pattern and apply the same on this. We can clearly see that R is facing A, so after A, second right place, C is over here. Similarly, T is facing C, so after C, at second right place, E is over here. So we have to find out the pattern of D. Let's check the Q. In front of Q, F is over here. So after F, at this second place, D is seated. So correct answer is Q. Okay. So option number E is correct. Who among the following sits third right to U? Okay. U is over here. So third right will be this side. 1, 2, 3. Q. Option number E is correct. Okay. So I hope you got this. Now let's start the video's question. Okay students, so before solving blood relations question, you should know few concepts based on it. Okay. First concept is you have to define gender. Okay. How do we define gender in blood relation? We use two symbols, that is plus and minus, in order to define the gender. Plus is used for the person who is male and minus is used for the person who is female. Okay. And second important point is do not assume gender. Don't assume gender by name or by yourself. Okay. Let us suppose a name is given, that is Ashu. Do not assume by reading the name that this person is male. Okay. Because we have seen in our daily life that Ashu can be the name of female also and male also. So both cases are possible. Unless and until any specific keyword is mentioned about Ashu, that is after Ashu he is used, it means Ashu is male. Her is used, it means Ashu is female. So it totally depends upon the keywords like he, her, she, his, etc. Okay. So how to solve the question of blood relation? For solving question on blood relation, we should know how to make family tree. Okay. You will ask me, sir, what is family tree? Family tree is a diagram through which we can find our answer in blood relations questions. So I will tell you each and every step how to draw the family tree. So our first point is, suppose a statement is written, A is the brother of B. In this statement, whose gender is specified? The gender of A is specified only and we don't know the gender of B, so we will not assume. And if A is a brother of B, A is a male and A and B belongs to same generation. Okay. For same generation person, we have to use single arrow like this between these two persons or between any person given in our question. Okay. And we know the gender of A, that is positive. Positive means male. So this is how we have to represent the same generation person in family tree. Okay. Now second point, A is married to B. Okay. if A is married to B, for couples or for married couples or for spouse, we have to use double arrow like this. If between any two person double arrow is there, it means these two person are married couples. Okay, so in married couples, if any one person gender is specified, another person gender is automatically ascertained. See, in this statement, it is not specified whether is A is male or B is male. Okay, or whether A is female or B is female. So we cannot tell whether A's gender is male or female. Similarly with B also. If it is written after this statement, A is male, okay, A is male, so it simply means A gender is positive and B automatically become negative. So in case of married couples, only two gender is there, male and female. Okay, now third point, A is father of B. If A is a father of B, then A belongs to above generation than B. So it simply means A will come upside to B. If any person which is above generation then second person, okay, that person will go upside to second person. Okay, A is a father, it means A is a male. So A will go upside to B and B will come downside to A. Okay, this is our third point. And fourth point is A is son of B. If A is a son of B, in this statement only A's gender is defined. So this statement shows below generation between A and B. Because we know that A is a son of B, so B can be father or mother. But we cannot tell whether B is a male or female because it is not specified in our question. So we will not assume. If A is a son, it means A will go downside to B because A is below generation person. So similarly, in third point also, B can be son or daughter of A, but it is not sure because gender is not defined. And in first case also, B can be brother or sister of A, but it is not sure because gender is not defined. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's move to questions. J is married to C. Okay, J is married to C. See, in this statement, we don't know the gender of J or C, so we will not assume. Okay, B and D are the children of C. Okay, B and D should go downside to C because they are the children of C. But we don't know the gender of B and D, so we will not assume again. D is married to daughter of K. Okay, if D is married to this person, it is not mentioned who is the daughter. We will assume this person is blank, okay, and this person is female. If this is female, then D automatically become male because they both are married couple, and this person is the daughter of K, so K will go upside to this person. Okay, K who is married to M, and K is married to M. In this statement also, we don't know the gender of K and M, so we will not assume. Now K is the mother of R, who is the husband of N. Okay, who is the husband of N? It means R is the husband of N. Okay, and K is the mother of R. Okay, if K is a mother, it means K is a female, and M will automatically become male because they both are married couples. And K is a mother of R. It means this person R is a sibling. Okay, and R is a husband of N. It means that R is a male person and he is the husband of N. So N automatically becomes female. Okay, H is the grandson of C and K. Okay, H is a grandson of C and K. It means that D and this person child is H. Okay, if child is H, then H should go downside to these two couple because H belongs to below generation, and he is a grandson. It means H is a male. Okay, so H automatically become grandson of C and K. Okay, now L is a daughter of N. Okay, L is a daughter of N, so L will come over here, and daughter means negative sign. V is the only sibling of H. Okay, so only sibling means either brother or sister of H. Okay, they belong to same generation, so we will use single line. Okay, D has only one daughter. D is over here and he has only one daughter. D has one son, that is H, and we automatically become female because D has only one daughter. Okay, so this complete diagram is known as family tree. That's we have drawn by reading the puzzle. Okay, now let's move to questions. Okay, so question number 1, how is D related to K? See how to solve these kind of questions. Your first step is you should check the gender of first person. First person is D and second person is K. Just check in family tree whether we know the gender of first person or not. Yes, we know the gender of D, that is D is a male, so we can find our answer. Okay, then how to solve it? You have to read from second person to first person in your family tree. Just read from K to D. Daughter's husband, daughter's husband. So daughter's husband means son-in-law. Option number C is correct. Okay, question number 2, if T is a daughter of K, so this box or this blank means T, it is given to us. Then how is T related to D? T related to D means husband and wife because we have used double arrow. Okay, so T is a female, so T will be wife. Okay, option number A is correct. How is L related to K? First check whether we know the gender of L or not. Yes, we know the gender of L, so we can find our answer. Now read from K to L. Okay, daughter's brother is son, son daughter, son daughter is granddaughter. Okay, so option number B is correct. Who is the father of R? So R father is M. Okay, we know that. So option number A is absolutely correct. I hope you got this, how to solve these kind of questions in your examination quickly without any mistake. So student, based on the today's concept, this question is for your homework. Okay, try to solve this question by using the family tree concept, and the answer of this question I will be discussing in my next video. Just comment me the answer. Let's see who crack it first. Okay student, for practice these type of puzzles question, you need to download our entry app. The link is given in the description box. When you download it, it will ask you the login detail. When you fill the login detail, you will get the interface like this. On our entry app, you will not only get the reasoning section quizzes, but also different subject quizzes which are relevant for your exam, such as quantitative aptitude, English, and general awareness. All these quizzes are being updated regularly. If you want to practice, what you have to do? You have to go in the practice section where you will get interface like this. Okay, you can click on the exam which you are preparing. After clicking on this, you will get your free mock test. Okay, so let's suppose you have clicked on SBI Clerk 2020. Okay, after clicking it, you will see the interface like this. Our app will ask you, are you preparing for SBI Clerk 2020? Then simply click on yes. Okay, then you will see the number of courses related to SBI Clerk 2020. You can attempt any of these course related to SBI Clerk 2020. Okay, let us suppose you have clicked on model exam. If you clicked on model exam, you will see the window like this or interface like this. Okay, in model exam section, you will see the number of mocks. Okay, you can attempt any of this mock because it is available free on our app. Okay, let's suppose you clicked on mock 18. Okay, after clicking it, you will get interface like this where it will show you the number of questions in that mock and total time allotted to it and the total number of marks. Okay, after attempting it, you will see the interface like this where you can see the number of questions correct by you and the wrong done by you and total number of question which is unanswered. Okay, after this you will see this analytic window. Okay, this is very important because by seeing this only you will be able to analyze your weak areas and work on it. Okay student, if you like my tricks given in this video, you can purchase our premium classes which is available only on the entry app, where I have taken various chapters like inequalities, puzzles, and so on. By purchasing our premium classes, you will not be able to improve your weak areas, but also your marks in examination will also get improved. Okay student, if you are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe it. Okay, if you like our video, just give a thumbs up. Do not forget to comment and do share our video to your friends and other those who are preparing, so that they can also avail the benefit provided by the entry. Okay, see you in the next video, student. Till then, take care. Bye bye.